What's poppin' and what's dropping? This your boy live and direct out the 404 and everybody balling for show. So I want to do a quick video. Really, it's straight to the point. Amanda Nunes versus Cris Cyborg. A slugfest from the 51 seconds that it lasted. You know, Cris Cyborg did crack Amanda Nunes, but what ended up happening is Amanda Nunes caught her with some shots, and that was all she wrote. And like I say, I'm a fan of both Cris Cyborg and Amanda Nunes. I can't really say I'm a bigger fan than one or the other, because both of them, the fact that they're Brazilian, they do go through hell and they do go through a lot of racial animosity and stuff like that. But it was a quick slugfest, and then Amanda Nunes got the better of the two. And I kind of warned people about this. I did say Cris Cyborg was going to win the fight, but the thing is, Amanda Nunes has an extensive martial arts background. She has a Shotokan background. She has a BJJ background. She has several different martial arts systems under her belt. Now, she might not use it perpetually in a fight, but that leg kick hurt Cris Cyborg. She hit her with a leg, as I call a leg check. You know what I'm saying? People have different terminologies, especially MMA announcers, what a leg check is. But she hit her with a leg check, and then she cracked her, and she buckled Cris Cyborg, and she, her legs went out from under her, and that's all she wrote. And Cris Cyborg, she's used to like walking through people, and this is not the person she should have tried to walk through. She should have been more strategic, similar to the Holly Holmes fight, because they're both on an equal skill level. And I didn't realize, I knew she had somewhat her overall skill. I knew Amanda Nunes had a little bit more skills than Cris Cyborg, but Cris Cyborg, just because you have more skills than somebody don't mean you can't knock them the hell out. And that's what ended up happening. The more skilled fighter, and this is no disrespect to Cris Cyborg. I'm still a Cris Cyborg fan. That's why I was saying when I made the original live stream that I'm torn between both ladies, because both of them represent Brazil well, and both of them will knock you the hell out. And much respect to both of them for going in there making the best fight in the MMA. I would love to see a rematch. I think Cris Cyborg, for all the shit she went through, she deserves a rematch, and this need to be the main event as opposed to a co-main event. I mean, I feel like Dana White did some whole ass shit making it the co-main event, really, when this was really the main event. And no disrespect to John Jones, I'm gonna get to that thing later, but both fighters, one thing Cris Cyborg, one thing she would have had to do, that was the only way she was going to beat Cris Cyborg. Either it becomes a slugfest where both women are standing up, or she had to knock her the fuck out. And that's what Amazing Eric had said. She's going to have to knock her out. And the thing is, Amazing Eric did a good video breakdown, but Nunes does have skill. Let's not get it twisted. And this showed. This woman has an extensive background, and I tell people all the time, people who have extensive martial art backgrounds, especially traditional martial art backgrounds outside of BJJ, you get a person with an extensive martial art background and add BJJ or whatever, the nigga shit MMA martial arts system, which everything is a martial art. Let's not get it twisted, but I'm just speaking on, MMA is not as traditional. I mean, BJJ is not as traditional as people out to be. Certain techniques are traditional, but, that's a long story in itself. But if you get a traditional person, where Amanda Nunes originally come from, and you put them in some MMA and you teach them a little bit of MMA stuff like BJJ or wrestling, you got a dangerous fighter on your hand. And this goes to show it. And like I say, Cris Cyborg, I still fucks with you. You still my girl, you still the homie. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with Amanda Nunes, and I'm really torn between this fight, because I respect both women, and I personally wasn't ready for this fight. You know, I think this was a fight that Cris Cyborg should have taken toward the latter end of her career, being that she has the highest KO rate in MMA history, but KO rate in not MMA history, but current of any UFC fighter, male or female. So the fact that that Amanda Nunes knocked her out, she's hands down the greatest MMA fighter in history, hands down. I mean, you can't even dispute that. Even if she loses to Cris Cyborg, it's going to be hard to dispute that. You know what I'm saying? Because she's going to be a hard person to beat. You know, her skill level, she's got a good grappling game. You know, yeah, she has 4 losses on her resume, but those losses are deceptive. But much respect to both ladies for making the best fight out there, and let's do it again. Run it back. You know what I'm saying? You know, she's at first Amanda Nunes struck me as someone who was scared, but now that I see Amanda Nunes was able to beat Cris Cyborg on her Shield, I mean, let's run that shit back again and get some money out of it. Once again, this your boy, live and direct and full effect out the 404, and we getting money for show. Peace out.